Max Holloway reacts after being called out for Rocky Balboa fight by UFC Vegas 110 main event winner. Max Holloway was surprised to hear his name get a mention on Saturday night. While the current BMF champion is still recovering from an injury that hasn't stopped people from calling him out, Holloway was on board with Charles Oliveira wanting to challenge him for the belt in a rematch of their 2015 bout that ended in less than 2 minutes. Gene Silva also named Holloway as someone he wants to face in the near future, which was completely dismissed by the former featherweight champ. The man who came out on top in the main event of UFC Vegas 110 became the latest fighter to try and link his name to the 33-year-old fan favorite. Latest news: Tom Aspinall's teammate claims he was robbed in first statement after controversial KO loss. Max Holloway posed hilarious reaction to Steve Garcia call-out. On November 1st, Steve Garcia stopped David Onama in the first round to extend his featherweight winning streak to 7. Mean Machine certainly deserves to face a big-name opponent in the top 10 rankings next time out following the impressive run that he has put together. Garcia had accused Alexander Volkanovski of holding the division up during fight week. When he got his moment to speak inside the octagon, the victor went in a different direction rather than calling for a logical fight that would move him up the 145-pound rankings. "You know what? I'm going to throw a little curveball in there," Garcia told Daniel Cormier. "I want the Rocky Balboa story. I want the one with Max Holloway, the BMF title. Man, this kid is southpaw. There's nobody out of Albuquerque, New Mexico calling his shot. I want that champ. I want that BMF Max Holloway champion right there." Garcia's call-out likely won't lead to anything in the future, with his status as a featherweight being just one of several reasons. However, he did at least attract Max Holloway's attention, as seen by the BMF champion's response to the call-out on social media. Bless didn't need any words to give his reaction, with one GIF doing all of the talking for him. Latest news: fans call fixed fight after details emerge following huge UFC Vegas 110 upset. Steve Garcia pivoted away from Max Holloway shortly after the fight. Steve Garcia did go on to name a far more realistic opponent that he wants to face next when speaking in his post-fight press conference. Mean Machine wants to return early on in 2026 against one of the most dangerous one-punch knockout artists in the history of the division. "I think one fight that probably makes sense is Josh Emmett. He has a name on him. He definitely has a higher ranking than I do, and I think is available. So why not?" Emmett was recently beaten by Youssef Zalal in just 98 seconds at UFC 320, but Garcia would still prefer to face his fellow American. He believes that he will cross paths with Zalal at some point. But for now, Emmett has the bigger name value.